welcome to 100% Real. Here we talk about real topics with real opinions, keeping it 100% real. I'm your host, Carly Cavell, and today we have with us senior Eric Martin along with juniors Jovan Pullen and Rochelle Duncan. Each panel member will get a certain amount of time to state their position about the topic we're about to discuss and justify their reasoning. Our first topic will be game spitting. Normally, the guys we hear spitting out game throughout the voice of the panel. Does it work? What should and shouldn't be said, and should it be used at all?
Wow, that's an interesting topic. Certain things that shouldn't be said. If you heard it on TV, don't say it. Please don't say it. If you heard someone say it on TV and it worked for them, it does not mean it will work for you. It was meant to get a laugh off of the television. So that is definitely a should not say. A should say is something, me personally, as a female, is something that would relate to the female's personality. If you say something that will relate to what she likes or anything of that nature, then it's more appealing to her than saying something like, oh, I'm a theater student, but you're talking about visual arts. I don't know what you're talking about. So it's like, oh, okay.
Well, with me, game spitting, I think a big no is when boys try to act all like super hard, like they know you and stuff. They be like, hey, yo, mommy, what's good? How you doing? No, my name is not mommy. My name is Rochelle. I'd like to be called Rochelle. And I think a good thing when boys spit game is like if they be like, they're courteous and they're being a gentleman about it. They're not like coming up to you, grabbing up on you. They're like, hi, how you doing? My name is so-and-so. What's your name? I'm not really trying to like get all up in your business or nothing. I just wanted to know like if one day we could chill or something. I don't want to hear you talking about all the money you got because it's probably your mama money anyway.
So as a guy, personally, I'm all about respect. It's like Rochelle said, I'm gonna come up to you, ask you what your name is, tell you that you're pretty. Obviously, there's something about you that I like, so why am I talking to you? I'm not gonna come up, hey yo, ma, how you doing? Can I get your number? This, that, and the third. Like, it's about respect. I want to get to know you as a person, so if we do end up chilling and if we do end up getting together, I have something to look forward to than just your good looks. Because I think that's the problem with a lot of people out here. They just focus on you guys' looks, and that's not all it's about.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because one of the big, like, kind of downfalls is when guys fluff your ego too much. Like, you are so pretty, you are so beautiful, you are so sexy, you are so, okay, I get it, thank you. And it just kind of feels like they want something different than what you want. You want a relationship, they want, you can get it. But that's like the big no, yeah.
Oh yeah, and saying, hey ma, when I ain't your mama. I did not birth you. I don't like that either.
Ma, shorty, yo.
Especially shorty if you taller than someone.
So our next topic we will be discussing is hits to some of our hearts as we look back at our childhood and the TV shows we used to watch. It's obvious that the TV shows and cartoons available now are completely different from what was available when we were kids. What's better, what's on now or what was on 10 years ago?
Definitely 10 years ago. Back then, I remember Saturdays, getting up early just to watch cartoons. It had meaning and stuff. Even like cartoons that didn't talk had meaning. Now it's like they talk too much. It's too much music involved in dancing. When I was younger, it was about sitting in front of the TV, eating cereal, and having a good time, not dancing in front of the TV and exercising. No, it's not how it works. That's not a Saturday morning.
Well, I agree with Jovan. I think that cartoons 10 years ago are definitely better than nowadays because like nowadays it's all about technology. You see the kids like the little cartoons with their iPods, they CD players and all that stuff. But back in the day, it was all about them box TVs on Rugrats, playing with your dog outside and with all your homies. No, it's not about going to the mall and shopping in cartoons. You want to go and see a bunch of babies running around in diapers and making mud pies and crap. You don't want to see teenagers walking around in half-naked belly shirts. That's not good for 2-year-olds to watch. I got a little sister, and she over here watching that stuff. I said, no, we changing it to Ni Hao Kai Lan, because that's just wrong.
Definitely 10 years ago. Like, I remember, as Jovan said, getting up on Saturday mornings at like 8 o'clock in the morning just to watch cartoons. And if I overslept, I would like be so upset. But now it's like, I don't even watch TV anymore because the cartoons make me mad. They're just like they're all the same and they're stupid. Like when we were young, we actually had something to laugh at. Now it's just like my 4-year-old little brother is just laughing to be laughing because it's just funny. Like all the good cartoons got canceled. Like I remember we had Cat Dog, Rugrats, and Hey Arnold, Doug, all of them. What happened to them? Those were the good shows. Now we got what? Hannah Montana and all of them. And every Disney Channel star cannot sing. I'm
I
convinced.
completely agree with that, but that's for another day. But, I agree to some extent that the TV shows 10 years ago were great for like littler kids. Although I personally now like things that are on later on at night. But I do miss the excitement of like being able to or making myself wake up that early, be like, yeah, Cat Dog's on at 8:30, gotta get up. And I would get my sister up, I would get my mom up, and we would all watch it. And now there's nothing like that because all the cartoons they're getting very crude. Like, take SpongeBob for example. The jokes that they're putting in like drug and alcohol jokes, but they're covering it up like he's getting like completely loopy on bubbles, which like if you're like a teenager or an adult, you can see that as him getting drunk. So I think for little kids, the cartoons 10 years ago were great, but personally for me, I like the cartoons later on a little bit more. So our last topic for today will be tattoos and piercings. This has honestly become a huge part of our generation as we see them more and more. So has anyone wondered what goes through people's minds when they get certain tattoos and how do they get them in certain areas? We'll begin with Eric.
Personally, I like tattoos. I want them when I get old enough, but there's a certain extent. Like, I'm not knocking anybody who gets full body tattoos. I just think that's a cry for attention. You want people to look at you. You want people to be like, oh my gosh, this, that, and the third. Why does he or she have so many tattoos? That's a cry for attention to me, and I don't think it's necessary. I think all the tattoos that I want and plan on getting have meaning. So if they have meaning behind them, then, go for it. That's what I'm going to do. And as far as piercing goes, like, don't alter your appearance too badly, like getting, your nose pierced and your lips pierced and stuff like that. Like, if you want to, do it, but don't get it to the point where just like your face is covered in rings and piercings and stuff like that. And it's really unattractive to me, especially if girls do it.
I personally feel that, like, I like tattoos and I like piercings. It's just kind of thing I'm into. But I feel some people do go over the top with it. Like, for example, I saw a guy the other day who was just covered in like tattoos, head to toe, and I was just like, why would you ever? Like, it's not attractive. I don't find it attractive. I know some people do. But I don't see, because if all I see is ink, I can't see you. And it's just kind of ridiculous. But I also feel it's kind of like a fad. It's going to die out in a few years, if sooner. But I personally think they're really cool. And I feel like if you want to get snake bites or a nose piercing or gauge your ears, it's kind of your self-expression through that way. So I like them.
I agree with Eric saying how tattoos and piercings, how it changes you almost. Some people get tattoos and piercings based off of they staying young, but then it gets to a point where it's okay, you have to act your age. Even with Carly, if your whole body is covered in tattoos, it's you're not yourself anymore. It's you get a whole body tattoo when you're 20, and then when you're 80 something, it just doesn't look right anymore. And people who get tattoos for beauty appearances, like permanent birthmark or permanent lip highlighter or permanent edge up. I've seen this. Stuff like that doesn't make sense. Like the edge up thing. Now, if you go bald afterwards, you're gonna have this permanent edge up and no hair to follow. So it's okay, you can get a tattoo if it has meaning or something. Like if your mom died or something, her name. That's something that is is giving respect. But if you go too far with it, then it's just a whole nother outlook on who you are.
I honestly think that piercings are fine, but over the top, every part of your body, all around your mouth, it's just nasty. I'm okay with your belly button pierced, I'm okay with your ears pierced, but if you got all along your ears, I just think that's nasty. And honestly, I have one statement about tattoos. Unless you're a rapper, don't get your full body pierced. It's just not cute and it's not attractive. You're just trying to be something that you're not.
Well, that's all of our time today. Tune into our next time for another exciting episode of 100% Real.